Good afternoon, colorists. I'm Mia Leondo with Badass Art. We are back again today in Honeybee Hollow coloring book. We are doing this cute little bee lady light skin tutorial. We are reviewing the Crayola Colors of the World skin tone pencils. These are my personal favorites just because I like their range of colors. They are all very believable colors, and they're all extremely usable colors, not just for skin tones, but also for hair, for lips. I've used them in bark and stone and a few different things in landscapes. So they're, like I said, they're definitely usable pencils. They're less than $5 on Amazon right now. So definitely a good buy. So when we left off, I think I was talking about moving forward to the Indra Creative set. I'm going to review those too. But I started looking, and I was like, well, no, let's go in and do just a little bit more on this neck and shoulder area. We did quite a bit of deep shading with the deep rose last time. With a super light hand, you can get this really pretty strawberry color. It's a very natural looking blush. So with that, I'm going to come down here under her chin and very lightly start adding in some of that color. It's got a lot of warmth in it, and even though you don't think of your neck being red, the undertones are there. And I'm trying not to wiggle this camera too much, but I'm sure I am wiggling the camera. Sorry about that. And if you showed up today with your Indras, I apologize. There is not always a method to this madness. If I see something I think we should go over real quick, this one isn't exactly real quick. I definitely want to guide you through so that you'll be happy with your portraits. And we will get to the Indras at the end of this or the beginning of the next. Hey, you guys tell me, do you like the videos to stay around 20 minutes? Would you like them to be shorter? Would you like them to be longer? Just let me know. Just gonna follow this darker grayscale shading. And hopefully by the time this video is out, Botany Bay will be available on Amazon. I am really excited about that. And we will be doing a few tutorials. Definitely some skin tone tutorials. And then after Botany Bay, there is Dragonfly Dell, and we are going to be doing a lot of iridescent wings in that one. So if there's something that you guys, want me to show you, I've had requests for wings, also candlelight. What else? There was something else. Eyes, close-ups of eyes. I also had a request for pan pastels. That'll be fun. I don't know how many of you have pan pastels, but I'll tell you, before I, went online and bought the real thing, quote unquote, I went to just a hobby shop. It might have been Walmart for all I remember. And I bought a cheap set of chalk pastels. And I came home and I put them, I think I have like I have a mortar and pestle. And I just crushed those up into this, just powder. And I used them the same way. It's the same thing. So I made my own pan pastels. I think we should definitely have a side-by-side comparison. Homemade pan pastels versus the real thing. Let me know what you guys think, because I'll do it. And I had the ability to make a lot more colors because, they were, I don't know, 20 bucks for 24 sticks of chalk, basically. If you are lucky enough to find like the soft pastels, the real squishy ones that powder up really nicely, oh my goodness, you can blend all kinds of stuff with that. Not bad. I'm gonna get the lighter pink. This one is very light rose. I'm just gonna kind of go in here and smooth that out. Just kind of pull it all together. And you'll see that lighter pink kind of sit up on the grayscale. Don't be afraid of that. I know it looks stark, but it's you've got to color over the grayscale. I know we kind of don't want to sometimes. We're like, oh no, that's the darkest shadow. Yeah, but you still have to color it. And I'm guilty of it too sometimes. But when you look at it, you have a very natural highlight there. It's exactly the way it's supposed to look. And as long as you take your time, a nice light hand, small circles, be patient. It'll all come together and look exactly the way you want it to. I'm going to get one shade darker, light rose. I'm going to come down just a little bit. There we go. That line wasn't quite blending out as nicely as I wanted, so sometimes you can do that graduated color in 2 shades, but most of the time to get that super seamless, I call it just a porcelain effect, you need 3 to 4 colors. And now I'm going to go back to the lightest and do this very lightest spot here. Nice. I like the way that's turning out. Now, I'm not going to finish this whole thing. I know I said that last time. But I want to move to her lips. I'm going to start with the deep rose. It's the same color that we've done, you know, all of this other stuff with. So I'm just going to go up here on the top lip. Very lightly. Now, I should have sharpened. I do that all the time. And then I complain about it. But I'm so used to wanting that flat angle on my pencil that I don't sharpen them as often as I probably should. Now, unlike the lips from the last picture, she doesn't have as many details. Now, we can add the details, or we can just kind of, you know, add some color. And focus on more details in her eyes, or, you know, whatever. Now, right here is definitely darker. And we want to add a little more pigment, so I'm giving it a little more pressure here. And I will come back and add the white highlight above the lip, like we talked about in the dark skin tutorial with the Poscas. Now on this lip, I'm going to be a little more deliberate with the color. Now, the shadow, obviously, is starting at the crease of her mouth. And what I do is I just kind of grab it and pull it just a little bit. You know, it's kind of like a little flick like you're doing eyelashes, so that it's darker at the crease and it kind of gets a little lighter. Now, if you don't like to do the little grab and flick method, that's just kind of how I do it. You can definitely just, you know, do it stroke by stroke. You know, just kind of find a way that works for you. But you definitely want to get a little more pressure on this crease area where the two lips meet, because that's definitely a little pouty area, and the more shadow, or the more suggested shadow you have, the better. So when you're doing lips or anything that's, you know, that you want to make look glossy or wet, remember that the first thing you're dealing with is the highlight. Where's the light hitting this? And obviously we see that here. That's why this is lighter. The difference is, there's a difference between a highlight where the light is hitting it and a reflection. If you want something to look moist or wet or juicy, like a raindrop or whatever, there's a difference between a highlight and a reflection. You can see this is lighter here because there's a light reflecting from it. If you want it to look actually glossy, you have to almost add that gloss in there and then put the reflective light on it. I hope that makes sense. But we'll do some. We're going to be doing lots of lips, and we'll do some that are thicker than these, and we'll do super close up so that you guys will master the glossy lip effect. And they're fun. Now that was all done with one color so far. I'm going to come back in with Very Light Rose, and I'm going over the areas that are supposed to have a little lighter color on them. Kind of a little medium. This one's just light rose, not very light or very, very light. These colors are so funny. I'm going to add this kind of medium rose color. And at the very end, we'll come back over and we'll add some white gel pen to make the gloss effect. If you don't have a white gel pen, don't worry. You can use a white pencil or a white crayon or anything that you've got around that'll give just, you know, a hint of stark white right there on her lips. So today we're already at about 20 minutes. We have filled in her skin tone. I'm going to go over here and do this side. But otherwise, I think we are good on her face and neck. And definitely ready to set the Crayolas to the side and bring out the Indras next time. I have them actually sitting over here next to me. That's what they look like. And that's what we'll be diving into next time. 72 colors. I waited on those forever. I had the 36 set, and man, I had to wait for a long time. But now they're here. Okay, guys, I hope everybody's having a great afternoon, and I will talk to you soon.